Hello, welcome to Soothe Yourself. Today I have the joy to converse with Christopher Sturzig, a passionate coach and guide about confidence. I'm so thrilled to have you here today. Thank you for being here, Christopher.
Hi, Francesca. It's a pleasure being here with you. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to our conversation today.
Wonderful. You know, we had conversations before and we talked about many aspects of self-confidence. And
Mhm.
particularly, I think it would be valuable for our audience to hear about some of the pillars of building sustainable self-confidence. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, that's a great question, Francesca. And I personally believe that there's no one blueprint for every person to gain sustainable confidence. It's more like an individual journey for every person on their own. And you as writer, you are probably aware of the hero's journey, um, the technique how to tell or write a story. And I love this idea, and that's why I would like to use this to explain my pillars more. So I think every person is on their own hero's journey, the writer of their own story. And yeah, to to write your story, you first need a compass with a reliable needle.
Mhm.
And this is the first pillar, I think, to have your own set of values and principles, to know what you want and to also know what you don't want. And this set of principles and values and knowing what you want and what you don't want, this is your needle, always directing you to your true north in life. And it helps you to stop searching for distractions from other people's lives or paths or
Mhm.
expectations. Um, Let me give you an example. So, for example, if you want to start your own business or launch a project, um, you, oh, let's use another example. You get a great job offer. I once had a great job offer with a really nice salary and nice role and position within the company. But my gut feeling was telling me something else.
Mhm.
It was more like an administrative job. And that's not what I really wanted. So my gut feeling and basically my values and principles were telling me, Christopher, you want to work with people, you want to go out there, talk with
Mhm.
them. It's nothing for you, even if it looks good on paper. So that's why I think your inner compass is very important and one pillar to go for sustainable self-confidence.
This is so inspiring because I can see your passion as you're talking about how your face lit up about changing your career from an administrative position to something that puts you in touch with people. And you are very much a person who loves to be interacting with other people. So I can see that you were on your own hero journey and you listened and you followed that needle and said, okay, this is where I need to go. So tell me a little more how you found this passion and what led you to become a confidence coach.
Sure. Um, it's a long story, Francesca.
I have time.
Um, I keep it simple. So basically, since I can remember, I felt like an observer, you can say,
Mm-hmm.
of the people and their lives. I felt alone, you can also say. And I envied other people for their lives, for their successes. And I copied some of their best personality traits
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to integrate them in my life and personality. And I failed so many times in every aspect of my life, in relationships, in work, in school, while studying, um, health issues, sports. I failed so many times,
Like a
like on
human
a daily
being,
basis.
a human being.
E- Exactly. And that's the clue, Francesca. It is, it's natural. It's
Yes.
like the sun goes up and goes down again.
Mm-hmm.
That's so natural. And every time I was seeing myself on the ground, lying on the ground, I looked up in the sky, um, put on a smile,
Yes,
smile and soothe yourself.
exactly my motto.
Yeah. And additionally, I I looked up to the sky and said, finally a worthy opponent.
Ah,
And
beautiful.
got up again and again until, the courage to stand up again, to do it again,
Mhm.
became my second nature. And when I look at people, I see them as their true heroes they want to be, they want to become, and they already are, but they are not aware of it or don't believe it yet. And
Yes.
that is my mission, to help them see their own true potential and hero they already are, and help them to confidently say, I've never done this before, that's why I can.
It's so beautiful. I just can picture you laying down, looking at the sky, and I have been there. I have been there. I am there now, figuring out what's the next step. How can I be my own hero, truthfully? And having a confidence coach, having a guide along the process is so helpful. And I really admire you for following your guts, because it takes courage to say, I have such a good job, yet I'm not fulfilled. What is my calling? What I really want to do to help others. And in the process, of course, you helped yourself. And as a coach, what do you think? How would you describe, I guess, your best quality as a coach?
I think my best quality as a coach, and I think the most essential one for every coach out there, is to be able to truly listen to the people, to your clients, without any judgment, and to be on the side of their truth and not your own need to be right.
Hmm.
And with truly listening, I mean also, don't think about how you respond while the person is still talking. You have plenty of time to think about what you're going to reply when the person has really stopped talking. You don't have to answer within 1 second or 2 seconds.
Yes.
And I think most of the people uh, always try to think about a response while the other person is still talking.
Hmm.
And this is what I mean with truly listening and without judgment. Um, always cheer your client, the person up, and say, I believe whatever you say. You have a safe space here, and whatever you're saying, that's your truth, and that's okay. I have my own truth, but that's not yours. So I, yeah, I think this is my best quality as a coach.
Well, I think that would be a best quality to have as a human being to begin with, because we have conversation all the time with other people. We interact with other people. And I can see what you were saying about thinking about what to say while the person is still talking. And sometimes you feel in such a rush, just like you don't
Mhm.
focus on the moment. You don't even embrace the joy of the moment. You're communicating with somebody else. And I'm a firm believer that there is something wonderful about and within everybody. So if I don't take the time to find that out, to explore, to listen, I miss out. So as a human being, that's a key factor, that's a fundamental thing to have. But as a coach, it's absolutely priceless. So I would say that is a beautiful
Yeah.
quality to have, because you respect the other person is in front of you where they are. Which brings me to a question about what is your fundamental belief about the person in front of you regarding confidence?
Oh, that's a hard one. Um, I think and I believe that that everyone can learn to be confident. It's it's not a personality trait you are born with.
Mm.
It's it's just a skill you can learn, you can practice like everyone else on this world. And I have also the belief that every person has the right to go for it, to go for what they
Yes.
truly want, to go on their own confidence and hero's journey.
Mm-hmm.
And no one has the right to stop you. And for those who hear or feel a calling for more, they have the beautiful responsibility to also become the best version of themselves. Because when they become the best version of themselves, the most confident and true self, then you can give back your friends, your environment, um, the best you can and inspire them on their journey as well. So it's a win-win situation, in my opinion.
Yes, and I love that. And I absolutely love how you phrase it, the beautiful responsibility to go toward, becoming your best version of yourself. That is a hero journey in itself, but it's just a beautiful way to realize it is a responsibility. It's not
Yeah.
just, oh, I wish I could be better at this. I wish I was more confident. No, you have the responsibility to be at your best, to develop at your full potential and be, that person that you need to yourself to be and other people need you to be. Because I believe that there is a God and I believe that God gives us a purpose. And
Hmm.
that is aligned to that purpose. If you don't shine your best light within, people do not see you. Possibly they don't see him either in you. And so
Yeah.
what a loss for the whole world. And you live in an unhappy state of life. So I love how you are confident about people's confidence. They can do this and they have the beautiful responsibilities to do this. So how do we get started? What would you say? Would you recommend to a person who's struggling with giving this self-confidence journey a start? How do they take the first step?
That's also a difficult question
My
because
goodness.
every person
You got this. I know you got this.
um, every person has a different starting point or current situation. So I I would have to talk with the person to really
Mhm.
recommend a certain thing, how they can start. But I told you at the beginning, one pillar of my tool set of four pillars I mentioned to gain your confidence. And I just shared one pillar, and this was about your compass, your
Yes.
set of values, your principles. And I think this is always a good start. Take your time, one day, half a day, or just a couple of hours, distraction free from your current environment. For example, I went 2 days to a monastery um,
Beautiful idea.
and just
Beautiful.
I read a book and then I wrote down what do I want? What don't I want anymore in my life?
Mhm.
And the next step after that could be to think about your own set of values and principles. So, for example, one of my values is respect, and the guiding principle behind it is I see and treat every person with the same level of respect. You don't need
Mhm.
to earn my respect. You have it from from your it's your birthright. But you can lose my respect. That's also important
Mhm.
to acknowledge.
Yes.
So this would be my recommendation for most people, I guess, how they can start their confidence journey. I also have three more pillars um, I can share with you if you want, or we can talk about
Absolutely.
others.
Absolutely. Feel free to share.
Okay. Um, so what else does a hero need on their journey besides a compass with a reliable needle? It's it's a map.
Mhm.
It's a map of your, maybe you can say, inner world, your all the voices in your head, the patterns which make you feel stuck, the limiting beliefs you have about life, about yourself, about what's
Mhm.
possible, what's not possible. Because if you don't know your territory, you can't navigate on it.
True. Yeah.
And yeah, so this is the the map you need, or you can also use as a second pillar. And the third one is when you have your compass and your map. Maybe probably the most important one is taking action, having the courage to act, to take the first step or just the next step. When you know your patterns in your inner world, for example, I need to be prepared perfectly to launch my business, then you can act on it.
Mhm.
You don't need to launch a perfect business at the beginning. Just take the first step. You are a writer, Francesca. So if you want to write a
Striving
book,
to be.
what is your first step if you want to write a book, Francesca?
Well, interesting you mentioned a map. That's part of it. You have an outline, an idea what you want to share in the book. But if you don't start writing, it's not going to get done. So the first step is definitely important. And before all of that, your compass too, even in writing, what is the message you want to give? What is the direction you want to go with the book?
Yeah.
So far, those pillars apply to writing as well.
Yeah, it sounds good, and thank you for sharing your next step. It's the perfect one. Just start somewhere, writing the outline, um, what you want to achieve, whatever it
Mhm.
is. It's up to your own uh, journey. It's your truth and your way, and that's perfectly okay. And this leads me to the fourth pillar. What happens when you are stuck, when you fall down?
Mhm.
When you're on your journey, you probably need a first aid kit. And this is also very, very important to have a first aid kit. And with this, I mean, treat yourself gently, with care. And I like to use the metaphor of being a child again who want to learn walking,
Mhm.
take the first steps.
Yes.
That the child will fail hundreds or even thousands of times. And I don't think that a small child will blame him or herself. Uh, why can't I walk? Just it, just do it again and again and again,
That's so
and stand
true.
up. And in addition to that metaphor, I also like to combine it with another perspective. Don't imagine yourself just as a child, but at the same time as the parents. Because what do the parents do when the child is falling down? Will cheer up the child. And when the child is making progress, they will applause
Yes.
and have so much fun and laughing together. And this is also a very, very strong perspective metaphor I like to use in this example um, to to help you understand how you can treat yourself with care and to gain, the resilience to get up again and again until courage became your second nature.
I love this. I love the image of a child because we forget that when we're born, we're not like we are today. We forget how we were struggling with saying a word, with making a first step and another step and start walking. We struggle with communicating. Some of us might argue, still do, have issues communicating. But that's the beauty of it. We are still evolving. And the ability to look at us as an inner child and now the parent as well and taking care of ourselves that way. It's beautiful. I can share quickly. I had an experience with a friend of mine. I was sharing something that I was really, he was a priest, and I was really struggling with. And he bluntly said, Francesca, close your eyes, look within, see that little girl. That's you. That's Francesca asking you to help her evolve, to help her be who she needs to be. She needs you. And so don't forget that
Mm.
our soul is still evolving. It's still who we are, is still in a work in progress. But we have the beautiful responsibility to go and be also parent to ourselves and encourage us, support us, and treat us with care. We wouldn't let our child bleed, right? We would help it. We would help, take care of the wound. So why not take care of our emotional wounds? It's part of being a human being. So, but sometimes we forget, and that's the sad part. We lose confidence, we lose trust in ourselves, and we let go. We just stay stuck in the routine. So having tools to help us go through that and get unstuck, it's priceless. And I'm so thrilled to have had the chance to converse with you because I can see the joy in your eyes of being able to help others be their own hero and be on that journey of self-confidence because everybody needs it. And the sooner we realize it and address it, the better we are. And honestly, the world around us will
Mm.
be. So, with that in mind, my last question, because I appreciate your time, but I would like to ask you if people could find out more about you. Where would they go? You have a website, something like that?
That's an easy question.
Phew.
Yeah, I have a website and social media, LinkedIn and Instagram. So that's it. Just click on my website and you find a link to my social media accounts as well.
All right. And do you mind telling us the website name? Because I will post it in the description of this
Mhm.
episode. But
Yeah.
would you mind sharing it, please?
It's called Heldenreise Academy. Heldenreise is a German term and it means translated hero's journey. So
Beautiful.
yeah, that's my website.
Fantastic. Yes, I haven't mentioned to our audience that we're having a conversation, intercontinental conversation here today. And it's just the beauty of the ability to converse with other people from all over the world. So I really appreciate your time, Christopher. It was such a thrill to talk to you as always. So for everybody who's been listening, thank you for staying tuned. And please remember to breathe, smile, and do something to soothe yourself today.